Hi everyone, so September is over. Wasn't it just August yesterday? No, it was just August. Someone's Ashton? Ashton, where are you? I get it. Yeah, I mean, it was an insane month. Lots of changes, lots of things have been happening. So I'm gonna update you guys on that first before I jump into the products. So, first things first, work has changed for me. I am no longer with Sunday Riley. I left a few weeks ago, and I am now with Tarte and Diptyque. So I do freelance work for both, sort of what I did when I was working for Hourglass and Dr. Dennis Gross. So I do, I go to Sephora stores. I'm basically a vendor or like a brand ambassador or like a brand rep or whatever. But I am with Tarte. You guys know Josh. He is an account executive with Tarte. I really missed working for him. I've worked with him at Hourglass and Sunday Riley, and he's just a great person to work for, aside from being my friend. So I wanted to start working with him again because he's the kind of person that makes you want to work harder and do better and, be the best that you can be. And I'm also working at Diptyque. And you guys know that I've been a big fan of Diptyque over the past couple of months. So the fact that the opportunity presented itself, it was perfect for me. It really does kind of represent what sort of my philosophies are. Both brands could be considered kind of green beauty. Diptyque is obviously a lot more green than Tarte because, Tarte's a makeup brand, so it's a little bit harder to make makeup really, really, really good with only using natural ingredients. So, and I have no issues with that whatsoever, but Diptyque really does have a strong green beauty kind of foundation. So it really does make sense for me, and I'm very happy. I still love Sunday Riley products to death, but I'm much happier where I am now. So really distracted actually. It's been very hard for me to get this little intro in because I keep smelling this. And this is actually, I guess we'll talk about this first since it's bringing all of this sensory deliciousness into my face. This is the Tubereuse. I'm in French class, so I'm trying to make sure that I say things correctly, but I'm not real sure if that's how you say it. Tubereuse? I don't know. It's Tubereuse, essentially, from Diptyque. This is my first Diptyque candle. I've long since been an admirer of them. I think they're iconic. I think they're just, so gorgeous to look at. And if it tells you how potent the scent is, I ordered this actually on Amazon and got free one-day shipping with it. So I ordered it in the morning and got it in the evening, which was insane. So last night, actually, I had it lit in my room, and then it was about an hour. So I blew it out, moved it to the living room just for the time being, and when I got home, actually just like a couple of minutes ago, I walked into my room and I could still smell the Tubereuse, and I was like, well, there you go, that's Diptyque for you. So yeah, I'm very excited. It's just so pretty to look at, and I'm gonna go light this and put it behind me so we have some nice backdrop ambiance, that sort of thing. I'm such a big fan of tuberose and white florals. I love gardenia and jasmine and lilies and that sort of thing, but the thing that's nice about tuberose is I think it sort of doesn't limit itself to any season. We'll just go in order of which we would do things in a ritual. Let's start with Votary. So if you remember from last month's favorites, I talked about the Votary cleansing oil, rose geranium, and apricot, and how much I loved it, and I still love it, and I've been using it. This was once full, but like a month ago. It's gorgeous. It's such a great formula. It doesn't emulsify, so it's great to throw on before you jump in the shower, and then jump, like I'm making it sound like we've got this action-packed morning ritual. But I put it on before I get in the shower and kind of like do everything in the shower, wash my hair, body, whatever. Then when I am about to get out of the shower, I cloth it off, and it sort of creates this like protective layer while I'm in the shower and just nourishes my skin and then removes beautifully after before I get out. So non-emulsifying cleansing oils are great for that if you want to kind of treat and feed your skin while you're in the shower. And Votary actually contacted me, Arabella contacted me and just said that, she really enjoyed what I had to say about the products, and, she wanted to send me stuff. And after the cleansing oil purchase, I was like, well, I had fully intended on getting more stuff because I was so impressed with just how elegant and luxurious and just sort of nourishing everything felt. But she was kind enough to send me a few products, and when the box got delivered, it was right after the whole bomb scare was happening in New York, and the second bomb that they found actually was a block away from the school that I go to, and I know people that, live on campus, and so I was really just sort of shaken up by it, and it was really nauseous. It made me sick to my stomach. So the fact that and I'm still like shaking thinking about it. But the box arrived like the day after that all of this happened. So it was like the universe aligned, and it was just like, I got teary-eyed when it came, because I was like, this is such a nice gesture, and it's so much what I needed, you know, around that time, just to sort of lift my spirit. So I'm forever indebted for that, and I'm truly thankful. So thank you, Arabella, for sending me some beautiful stuff. And it is beautiful. I want to talk about it. Done rambling with the emotional Lifetime stuff, right? Like Lifetime original movie kind of stuff. So the Superseed Cleansing Oil, I was on my list. Actually, all 3 of these were on my list to get eventually. There's still a few more things that I think I will pick up soon, namely some of the facial oils, because the little sample that I had of the jasmine and calendula was just to die for. So the Superseed Cleansing Oil is really I personally think it's great if your skin is very easily not normal. You know, if you wake up and sometimes you look congested, sometimes you look dull, sometimes your skin just feels like it just needs a little love, I think the Superseed would be a great product for you. The thing about this is it's all just seed oils from really beautiful, you know, fruits and plants and that sort of thing. So you've got like strawberry seed oil, pumpkin seed oil, there's a little bit of parsley seed oil, there's blueberry, cranberry, I mean everything that you can think of that's gorgeous and great for your health and your body is in here. The one thing to say about this is it smells like pizza goldfish. Like to a T. Like when I first put it on, I was like, am I in Cece's Pizza? What? And then the more I smelled it and the more I used it, the more I realized this smells like pizza goldfish in like a scary accurate kind of way. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just my insane sense of smell and my relations of how I smell things and, you know, associate it with something else. But I mean, it's pizza goldfish. It could be because there's parsley seed oil in here, and that kind of is what's giving it the very herbaceous, earthy, I almost get a little bit of oregano kind of from it. The problem with this though is when I use it, it makes me really hungry for pizza. So I'm like, oh. So I'm trying to resist the temptation, but it's a gorgeous cleansing oil, really. I mean, the day that I got it, I used it pretty much for 4 days straight, nonstop, because my skin was just sort of in a bad place, and this really did bring it back to life. And then you could be using, you know, something like the rose geranium on a daily basis just for nice maintenance. The next is Josh Rosebrook Hydrating Accelerator. I got some stuff a few weeks ago. I bought this and the Herbal Infusion, and this is the thing that really stood out to me. I talked about this in my skincare dupes video, so if you haven't seen that one, I won't tell you what this is kind of like a dupe for. You have to go watch it. But I love it. I think it's the closest thing to like a spa in a bottle that you can get at a price that won't make you kind of cringe, you know? This is the travel size and it's $20. The full size, which is 120 mil or 4 ounces, is $32, which is really not bad, considering that the ingredient label is just, I mean, it's gorgeous. You just look at it and you're like, oh my God, everything is it's so good. What? So good. It's just the kind of thing that makes your mind and your skin feel better after you use it. Okay, let's talk about some serums now. We'll go back to Votary. The toning serum, Lemon and Neroli, is the one that I was going to purchase next after I got the cleansing oil. The thing is I still don't know if I have the strongest opinion on it yet. I've been using it, and I've been using it consistently, and it's done really nice things for my skin. And I think the thing that sort of is making me hesitant about this is I don't feel that it's necessarily one particular thing. It's a little bit of everything, which for, you know, someone who kind of wants a very simple ritual and wants products that do multiple things, it could be great for you. But I feel like when I do my skincare, I use very targeted products. So this resurfaces the skin in a very, very mild way. It renews it, it gives you more vibrancy, more radiance, it softens it, and it hydrates. So I don't think it's the most hydrating thing ever. I don't think it's the most exfoliating thing ever. I don't think it's the most renewing thing ever. But the combination of all of those just sort of gives you a little boost in your ritual. So I'm still using it and still trying to, you know, really form a strong opinion on it, but I have been liking it. That is something to say for sure. The texture is extremely fluid, so I find the best application is actually just to drop it directly on the skin, a la Copper Amino Isolate Serum from Nayad. If you have that and you use it, I use this in a similar way. And then I just sort of smooth it in. The scent is very, like, I get like a Neroli icy hot kind of vibe, not in a bad way, but it almost smells a little bit like herbal and medicinal and still Neroli, which is really enjoyable, and I think the scent is really elegant. So, I mean, I think if you are someone who can't do really strong exfoliation or even mild exfoliation on a fairly consistent basis, this is mild enough that you could do this twice a day, and I don't think it would overwhelm the skin. So I like having something mild like this that I can use in between strong exfoliants just to kind of keep things up. So, still using it, but first impressions are I have been enjoying it. Next is La Belle Lune, which it's so hard for me to explain like how just appreciative I am when a company decides to send me stuff, because it's sort of like, you don't have to, but thank you, like thank you so much. So the La Belle Lune is from Organic Skin, and it's described as a nighttime elixir of organic oils to deeply nourish and rejuvenate your skin. The thing about this is the ingredient label is beautiful, the formula is beautiful, and in practice and in application, it's just one of those things where you're like, I don't know if this is at the caliber of Vintner's Daughter, but then I don't think that I've used anything that sort of can compare. And I don't think I would compare this to Vintner's Daughter at all. I think they're very different. I think this is more of a calming, rejuvenating, reparative kind of thing. And not to say Vintner's Daughter isn't, but I think this is specifically targeted for that. They say that this is best used at night. There's some lavender in it, so not only does it calm your mind, but it also has some anti-inflammatory properties, depending on what study you read. But beyond that, there's milk thistle, there is got rose hip, milk thistle, sweet almond, chia, sea buckthorn, avocado, lavender, jojoba. I could continue, and I'm almost done, so I might as well. Rose otto, frankincense, carrot seed, and rosemary. So a beautiful formula, very simple, but it's very well thought out, I guess. You know, rosehip seed oil has a lot of natural vitamin A, milk thistle is very clarifying, chia is very strengthening. So it's a really well thought out formula, and my skin has really responded well to using it, and I just love the scent and the experience. So I mist my face down, something like Hydrating Accelerator, misted down, and then applying this on top. So happy, so lovely, so delicious. Next we've got another oil, the Votary Super Seed Facial Oil. I think that this is, if you love Sunday Riley Juno, I think you'll really, really like this. It's completely free of essential oils. It's just superfood seed oils, and again, everything just like the Super Seed Cleanser. It's everything that you want out of a good diet in a facial oil form. So again, if your skin sort of is easily swayed and doesn't like to stay normal and happy, it's a great way to kind of steer your skin back on track. Again, the scent is very, 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 very seed oil, herbal. It smells like healthy food, you know? And I personally enjoy that. I think it's, you know, it shows that they're just putting good quality oils and not anything else that's making it sort of diminished. Not that any essential oils are bad, but it just sort of feels like this is completely wholesome. So I love that, absolutely. I think it is great for all skin types. It's grapeseed oil based, so I don't think it'll be too heavy for any sort of congestion prone skins, but I love it. Love, love, love. Okay, we've got makeup, and then we'll do fragrance, and then we'll be done. I'm trying to keep it simple, even though this is like the longest video of your life, right? So Tarte. I have been loving the Amazonian Clay BB Tinted Moisturizer. I think if you love sheer coverage, a nice glow, and something that's really easy but just makes your skin look so polished and healthy and glowy and beautiful, this is definitely one worth considering. I would almost categorize it alongside something like, it's a little bit more coverage than the Le Beige Tinted Fluid from Chanel. It's a little bit less coverage than something like the NARS Pure Radiant, but I think it's sort of somewhere in between the Laura Mercier, the original, and you can see the kind of glow that it gives. The color is beautiful. It's nice and yellow, which is great for my skin tone. You can see that it's giving a nice sort of glow. No shimmer, no sparkle, no grease, but you definitely feel like it's moisturizing and radiant. I would compare it like to a little bit more of a dewy version of Laura Mercier with a little bit less coverage, but it's certainly not the illuminating. It's not the shimmery one. So that's gorgeous, and you get mineral-based SPF 20 in that, which is great. And then Shape Tape. This is as good as everyone makes it out to be. If you want coverage out of your concealer, this is this is one to go for if you can get it. It's been out of stock everywhere because it's that good. I have light medium. Oh, by the way, I'm light medium in this as well. I'm light medium in the Shape Tape. I haven't used it to like do that bright highlight or extreme contour because that's just not how I do my face. But if you have sort of darkness underneath the eyes or any kind of blemishes on the face, this covers them with such little product and with such easy blending, and it still maintains a skin-like quality. It doesn't look matte, it doesn't stay slippery and greasy, it just sort of gives you this very healthy skin look. And the applicator is kind of big, so I can literally take it out, dot once under each eye, and that's more than enough product to do, you know, here and out. So love, 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 so good, so nice. Tarte did a really good job. This is an Ulta exclusive, and just by the way, you can get it on Tarte.com, but it's only in Ulta's. And then when I worked Gen Beauty with Tarte, they actually had some like extra Too Faced Born This Way concealers that they were just giving to us, and I was like, all right, I'll take it. I have the shade medium, and I thought this is going to be too dark, but this is what I'm wearing today. And this is a really nice concealer too. It's more fluid than the Shape Tape, but I think, you know, in practice they function fairly similarly. I would say Shape Tape gives you more coverage, but this gives you a little bit more illumination. Not quite like Touche Éclat, but it gives you a little bit more vibrance. So if you want kind of like a bright-eyed effect, I think this is a really great one, and it still maintains a skin-like finish. There is some fragrance to it, I will say that. It's almost like a fruity, like shampoo kind of vibe, like a, you know, fruity shampoo, but it hasn't bothered me yet, so we'll see. But I like that, and I like Shape Tape too. I love concealer, yay! Last but not least, we have fragrance. So I don't know if you know this little secret fact about me, but I'm obsessed with Sarah Jessica Parker fragrances. I recently just watched Sex and the City all the way through. I hadn't seen it before. Weirdly, I'm like, isn't that like, doesn't that come with like the handbook, right? But I loved it, and it was amazing. I enjoyed it, and I just sort of was like, oh, I love Sarah Jessica Parker. But I had already had her other fragrances, Covet and Lovely. So when she came out with Stash, I was like, oh, well, obviously I have to smell it. It was perfect timing. I just watched Sex and the City. I was already a fan of her fragrances. And can I just tell you, oh my Lord. This is the most kind of just enthralled I've been with a fragrance in a long time. So I get cinnamon candy. I get like a bourbon or a cognac or like a whiskey kind of alcohol-y, rich vibe, kind of topped off with some nice fresh florals. Not white like heady florals, not rich like roses or jasmine or anything like that, but I get almost like a fresh cut green kind of flower vibe from it. It wears beautifully. I love the bottle and the packaging, and that it sort of looks like alcohol, essentially, because I'm like, well, that shows you who I am as a person. And it comes in a nice bag like this, the way that, you know, nice alcohols do, nice alcohol bottles. And I was like, I got the biggest size because it just made more sense economically to do it that way. And this is probably gonna be what I'm wearing from now until, you know, leaves start growing back on the trees next year. It's beautiful, I mean, really. It's sexy cinnamon candy by the fireside, sipping nice, expensive whiskey or bourbon or cognac or whatever with fresh florals in the background. You know, fresh cut flowers on your kitchen table. That's what this is. And you can tell that she put a lot of heart into this. It doesn't smell, you know, kind of generic and one-off. So I mentioned quite a few products this time around, but it took me forever to do it. I also want to welcome all of you who came over from Stephanie Nicole's channel. She was kind enough just to mention my video one day, and I was like, oh, hi. We had conversation before, but I was just like, well, that's, you know, thank you so much. And I don't know, I've heard a few people have commented and been like, I want to see you do videos together. So if I go to San Fran or she comes to New York, I guess we'll do it. We'll have to talk to her about it, see if she's into that. But thank you guys for coming over. Hopefully you've enjoyed your stay so far, and you can stay as long as you want. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me. I'm trying to be really good about videos. It's just, I'm like, I have so much to do all the time. So until my next video, I'll talk to you guys really soon. Bye.